Your Storm Team 2 forecast first.
Good evening, everyone. We're cutting into your regularly scheduled programming as the storm that we were watching all throughout that 6 o'clock hour has actually been warned as a tornado warned storm. Currently, there is not a tornado on the ground, or at least not any reports, but rather through our radar image, which we can look at, picks up some low-level rotation, which is indicative of a tornado. So we will want to watch this. This tornado warning for portions of Dorchester, Berkeley, as well as Colleton counties, actually moving away from Colleton. You can see that storm. It's a little difficult to actually see in just our radar image looking at precipitation because it is rain wrapped. They actually condensed that polygon, that red box there, which is that tornado warning, actually just over Ridgeville. So moving across that 26 corridor just north of Somerville, or just west of Somerville along 26. If you're in this area, take immediate shelter. That means go out from outside, inside, most interior room of your house, away from any windows. If possible, the ground level. If you even have a basement, do that as well, because this is a strong storm at the moment. Picked up a little bit of rotation, but it has frequent lightning, and this is essentially what we are looking at all throughout the evening. You can see those lightning strikes right there. I'm going to step off for a moment so we can see exactly what's happening at the surface as we are looking at that rotation. So that's what I'm going to switch it over to, and you can see that couplet a bit easier. So as you can see, very easy to see there. That rotation, because we are looking at winds going to and away from the radar, red being away from the radar while green's being in it. And when we see that couplet, that two different colors right there, that's indicative of rotation. So you can see it just moving over the Ridgeville area. I'm going to put a track on it on a moment. Once again, we're looking at a radar indicated storm possible of producing a tornado with hail in excess of 1 inch in diameter. And this is going to last for the next 20 minutes or so from the National Weather Service. And if it lasts a little bit longer, we'll be sure to keep you on the air. So it's moving to the east around 35 miles per hour. So that's that box. And it's just located near Givens Ferry State Park, just out around the Ridgeville area, likely crossing the 26 corridor within the next 20 minutes or so. Moncks Corner just outside of that box, but if this storm continues to keep the same intensity, we will want to pay attention to it because this might extend a little bit further. And if that happens, that warning will likely encompass the Moncks Corner area. So I'm going to go ahead and put that track on there so you can see exactly when you can expect this tornado warned storm to actually arrive at your house. If you give me a moment. Once again, though, this is a tornado warned storm for portions of Berkeley and Dorchester counties. It was just on the corner of Colleton County just a bit earlier, but that has actually moved away from it. So we're looking at around 35 miles an hour. It's a very quick moving storm. So if you're in any of these areas highlighted, I would definitely take shelter. Now this is at the tail end of that warning, as it is just a very quick moving storm up towards this area. So Berkeley Elementary School, that's in the outside of that warning, but that's around 7:17. This warning's going to go until 7, so the next 17 minutes. I would definitely take shelter if you are in this area highlighted, though. Definitely continue to watch us both on air. If you do not have a way to get us on air, we're also streaming live on our Facebook page. You can follow us along there, and be sure to share it with your friends in this area, maybe family, because this is a dangerous situation. We knew that these types of storms were certainly possible later on this evening, and well, this is exactly what happened. So once again, we're looking at our live radar, this time reflectivities. We moved away from velocity because it's kind of hard to understand, but we're actually looking at exactly what the storm is producing, and that is rain. It's also wind, maybe even some hail, as very strong updrafts allow for that hail to actually occur. Also very frequent lightning. Once again, this tornado warning is the only warning that we currently see in our area, though the majority of our area is under a tornado watch. This is moving very quickly, as I said before, to the, I would say, east-northeast, around 35 miles per hour, portions of Berkeley as well as Dorchester counties. Somerville, even down further, 26 corridor into really the Charleston area, 526. You're away from this storm. You are still likely seeing rain at the moment, but you are away from this dangerous storm. I'm going to step off so I can give you an expanded view just in case you're tuning in. So just give me one moment there. We're going to take a look at your entire viewing area. Yes, there is another red box that actually disappeared because that warning actually expired just outside of, that was Orangeburg County. So we are getting reports of very frequent lightning. In fact, a couple reports of some fires just around Liberty County away from our area. So we are going to continue to watch this storm, but I wanted to take an expanded view for you for a moment just to show that there are several other storms which are fairly intense at the moment, but only one that is capable of producing a tornado according to the National Weather Service. And that's that one in Berkeley as well as Dorchester counties, just along 26, just near that Moncks Corner exit, though Moncks Corner technically not included into it. If you're tuning into us just along the coast, you are not seeing this. What you are seeing is just a whole lot of rain, and that's a little bit of a problem that we're running into, and you're trying to figure out this radar because it just looks like a paint splatter at the moment. I can assure you the really only areas that we want to focus in on is this area highlighted in that red box, maybe even potentially that storm, which you can see with frequent lightning, a little bit further east. That looks to be towards Daniel Island, up towards Georgetown. Moderate rain to be anticipated, but no other warnings at this time for our area. So if you're just tuning in, what we're looking at is a tornado warned storm out in the Dorchester, Berkeley area, and that is likely going to continue until around 7 o'clock. National Weather Service issued this around 6:39 as a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Givens Ferry State Park, and it's moving around 35 miles an hour. So I'm going to put that track on once again. What we're looking at is thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. We knew it was a possibility really all evening as we had that tornado warning. And we just wanted to break it down for you. Rob is coming in. He's been closely monitoring these storms really throughout the evening with us here in the Weather Center. He is well on his way, so we'll continue to keep you updated on this team coverage of severe weather as we head through the evening. Once again, I'm going to put in that track for that storm for you right now, around 35 miles an hour, so I actually have to move it up a little bit because this is a very quick moving storm. I'm going to switch over to velocities just to get a better view of where exactly that core is, and you can see that couplet fairly easy with winds going towards the radar versus away. Let's go back to your radar and we'll draw in that track for you. If you are outside in these areas that I'm going to highlight for you, within the next hour, I would definitely recommend heading inside because this is a potentially dangerous situation if you're outside in this. And even if there isn't a tornado on the ground, we will want to see if the National Weather Service confirms a tornado, and they can only do that after the fact, after they survey the damage. But even with that, it is a dangerous situation. We're seeing heavy rain, frequent lightning, some hail, as well as the potential for some gusty winds. So there's the track on this storm that is the culprit of that tornado warning. And I'll go ahead and put a timeline on there for you. 6:52 Moorfield, 6:56. So the end of that warning, which expires at 7 for Moncks Corner. If this gets continued past that warning end time of 7 o'clock, that will actually include Santee, Serco, Bono, as well as Wilder, St. Stephen, Alvin, and Suttons. There is another storm that I'm keeping an eye on. It doesn't have the same structure on it as this other storm, and that is this one just east of Moncks Corner. It's got that same lightning associated with it as well as the same heavy downpours, but doesn't have that shear at the surface, that rotation that this other storm has, and that's why that storm has that tornado warning associated with it. Now the bottom line is that area that I highlighted is dangerous. Head inside. You should have already had some plan in effect, as we are seeing that tornado watch in effect until 11. I'm just checking our National Weather Service chat to see if they see any reports of rotation as well as any reports of damage. I'm not seeing that at this time. I am seeing reports of hail with that other storm that I showed you a bit earlier, just west of McClendonsville as well as east of Moncks Corner. that actually produced some dime-sized and pea-sized hail out around the Goose Creek area. And now this storm likely producing some hail as well. Have not received any reports just yet. If you are in this area and you are seeing anything, be sure to send it here into News 2. Haven't gotten anything from it in the Weather Center just at the moment. Rob should be coming in fairly soon, and he's going to help me track these storms as they continue. We'll just have to watch now for the next 10 minutes or so as this warning may be continued past the 7 o'clock time frame. Rob's going ahead and coming in the area. He's going to help me track this storm as well as break down, because unfortunately I have to walk to and from. So once again, this tornado warning for the next 10 minutes, it may be extended a bit further onwards, is for portions of Berkeley as well as Dorchester counties. This does not mean that a tornado is on the ground in this area, but rather radar estimated. They saw some of the ingredients, or rather some of the signs that a tornado may be on the ground, that low-level rotation that we need, in a few radar images a bit earlier in the hour, just actually after our 6 o'clock newscast. So that's why we are breaking in right now. Those areas, the only areas that are seeing this type of weather phenomenon, this tornado warning, as well as this intensity of the storm, as further outside, even up 26 and all the way down 26 into the 526 corridor, we are talking about actually just quite a bit of just rain at the moment. So we can go ahead and zoom out for you right there. I'm going to take off that track for you so you can also see that as well. So Georgetown, we'll start up with you, as well as King Street, just seeing some rain, moderate rain at that. Remember, the amount of rain we're going to see this evening is anywhere between 1/4 and 1 full inch. That's not enough to cause any widespread flooding, but it is enough to certainly cause some problems with ponding. And then as we continue a little bit further south along the coast, we are seeing just rain, stratiform rain at that, not really thunderstorm rain, as we head along the coast down towards Folly, even past Isle of Palms and into Charleston. This rain actually cools the atmosphere, and this is going to help from any stronger storms to develop. There was just really a narrow corridor of those ingredients that we saw produce a stronger storm. And that's exactly what we're seeing, just heading towards the Moncks Corner area from Givens State Park. Somerville, we'll talk about you next, as we are a bit closer to that storm, but away from the track of it. So just rain at the moment. And I believe once this initial batch of the storm moving away clears out, we're actually going to see some clearing. Worst of the storm's actually moving out. So Rob's taking the hold of that storm tracker right now so he can kind of focus in on this. This storm still producing a tornado warning for the next 8 minutes or so, heading towards the Moncks Corner area, but just outside of it. Moncks Corner still likely going to get quite a bit of a downpour, as well as the potential for some gusty winds, maybe even some damage. So if you're in that area, you have time to actually head inside. Rob's going ahead and drawing a circle right around that rotation. It's pretty easy to see where exactly the storm is as you look in the right area, with winds going away from the radar and then heading towards. He's drawing a dividing line around that. That's pretty easy to see that rotation with that radar site located a bit further south. We're going to take a closer look again. Doesn't look like much, but if you know exactly what you're looking for, well, there's that rotation just around Long Ridge, moving just west of Whitesville and actually moving a bit further to the northeast.
All right, David. Yeah, we're sitting here on the radar, doing a great job keeping folks updated. And you see Long Ridge right along 176. That's where the rotation seems to be the strongest. And again, this is what we call a couplet, as David mentioned, coming in and going away from the radar. So when we say a radar indicated tornado, that's what we're talking about. Not necessarily that the tornado has been spotted on the ground, but one that has been looked at inside, dissected by radar, and thus we can kind of issue warnings, the National Weather Service, based on that. So this general area right here, this is kind of what we're looking at right there along 176, and again, near Long Ridge seems to be the area of most concern, and that's why this warning was issued. What, David, you've been showing these cells all afternoon long, and most of them have been moving to the north and east. This one seems to be maybe moving more east as opposed to northeast, and that's why kind of the focus has shifted into Dorchester and Colleton County and Berkeley County right now.
Yes, and so the National Weather Service actually just put out an update a little bit earlier. Did pick up its speed a bit. It was 35 miles an hour. Now it's moving northeast around 40 miles an hour, so we can put a track on that in a moment. It has not been extended at the moment. They are just continuing that warning till around 7 o'clock. So as that storm continues to move into areas that have already seen that rain, it's likely going to start weakening. Now, that's to be said with this rotation, because this is essentially what the storm is surviving itself on, is the rotation that's present in the atmosphere here at the surface that you can't really feel, but it is present. It's organizing that storm in a way that can survive in this rain-cooled environment. And so if it continues to pick up some of that rotation, even as it heads further away, it may continue to stay at the same intensity. I'm not seeing it at the moment. We got around 5 more minutes of this tornado warning. If this does continue, we are going to continue to keep you updated here on News 2. Rob's indicating the amount of strikes, and that seems like a lot. 7 strikes rather in the past 15 minutes or so.
Yes, and within a small area. So what we look at many times is lightning. Lightning usually is an indicator of how strong the storm is at that time and whether it's getting stronger or getting weaker. So right now, number of strikes, 7 within that small area. Obviously it doesn't seem like a lot, but certainly it's something we've got to keep an eye on. And we are, again, keeping an eye on the National Weather Service. They're the ones issuing the warnings. The warning, in effect, as David mentioned, about 5 more minutes or so until 7 o'clock. We'll see if it is, in fact, extended. But right now, for official sake, we still have that warning in effect for portions of Colleton County, Dorchester, and into Berkeley County. And again, Colleton County, it looks like you're okay. It's mainly the Dorchester County, this box right here, that's the area that we are keeping an eye on.
So I'm still looking at rotation. It doesn't seem to have any weakening at the moment. It's pretty much just maintained its same level of rotation. It did quickly pick it up a bit earlier, but it wasn't the same intensities if you've been following the weather all throughout the day. It's not the same intensities that we see all the way back into Georgia. But if we actually switch this over to velocities, I think that's a little bit easier to actually see what we're looking at. And we can kind of zoom in along this because it's really straddling one road in particular. It's a small road off of 176, but that's Cooper Store Road. It's really just moving right along that. So we're just going to zoom in a little bit further. So this is 176, just south of that, rather southwest. That's Jedburgh Road, but as we continue a bit northward, that's Cooper Store Road into Murraysville. You're likely seeing this. That is in Dorchester County, correct, Rob? Or is
that's in Berkeley County.
Berkeley County,
Up in Berkeley County. And again, this is, a fairly heavily populated area as we get into the western side of Moncks Corner. So Cooper Store Road out there by Whitesville Elementary School. I'm very familiar with this. Basically, David, just to update, Charleston has expired the tornado warning for Berkeley County. So that has just come down. So what that means is basically, I'm not sure if they're going to reissue this in a more eastern section, but at least this part of the warning for Berkeley County has expired.
Now, Rob, what I'm noticing a bit with this, it's taking less of a rotational couplet and more of, I wouldn't even say a squall line, but an area of strong winds heading away from the radar, and that's what we're seeing. This might be a wall cloud coming down to the surface. That's kind of what I'm seeing a bit more, really that area highlighted. Those brighter reds, I know they're a little difficult to see. Those are stronger winds. I'd estimate that around 40 miles an hour potentially. We can maybe see that. I'm going to look at it on the other computer. Also, if we move just a little bit northward, there is a little bit more of a pronounced couplet there. I'm not sure if that's just another cell itself. We can actually take a look at that in our radar image.
And that's along Highway 6. That's out of Moncks Corner, between Moncks Corner and Mooresville. And for those viewers who are watching us and wondering what all these colors are about, this is a separate product we use that's called Storm Relative Velocity or Velocity. And basically what it does is it shows inside the storm. So we kind of dissect the storm. You look at the ingoing and outgoing winds, and when you get them right next to each other, it's almost like a spinning top. And that's why when you see the red and the green next to each other, like we've highlighted, many times that could indicate a radar-indicated tornado. Now, typically, David, when we see them a little tighter, maybe a smaller rotation as opposed to a broad rotation, which you see right now generally, which could ultimately be a weakening sign. The bottom line is when you see it really tightly wrapped together, that's when you obviously are much concerned about what could potentially happen. But we're getting a lot of reports of hail. So and hail
exactly as you were
precedes.
saying, the broader it gets, the likely it's weakening, and with that, that tornado warning has been allowed to expire.
And in this product, you're more familiar with us using on a nightly basis. This is our Doppler radar. Basically, this indicates the reflectivity, which is the rainfall, and the different colors indicate the different intensity of the rain. You can see the legend right at the top, and the green is usually the lighter rains, and the reds and the orange, and even when you get to the pinks, that's usually the heavy rain. And at the very least, David, a lot of folks are getting some very heavy rain right now. We'll kind of highlight this region that's up in Berkeley County where we've seen that rotation earlier, but you're talking about rainfall rates probably several inches per hour in this region right now.
Yeah, I think the bottom line at the moment, we just passed into 7 o'clock. You heard me talk a lot about that. So at the moment, the National Weather Service has not continued this warning. So it has actually been allowed to expire and canceled for Dorchester County around 9 minutes ago, and it has been allowed to expire in Berkeley County just a minute or two ago. So I don't want to say all clear, as they actually issued another statement. Strong thunderstorms impact portions of Berkeley County until 7:30, but it seems that the rotation that it quickly picked up, as these types of storms are wont to do, like they pick up a little bit of that rotation and can get a quick spin up, and that's where we see isolated damage. That seems to have been cleared out at the moment. So at the moment, I'm not going to say that the tornado threat is gone, as remember, we still have that tornado watch in effect until 11 o'clock. But that storm that we were watching originally for portions of Colleton County, Berkeley County, and Dorchester County, I believe it has weakened enough that that tornado warning has allowed them to expire.
Yeah, right now the strongest storms are down south of Beaufort, so that's out towards Hilton Head. I'll zoom in on that area, and those appear to be moving east, so would not climb up the coast and impact us. So what we've got to keep an eye on, David, would be what's out to our south and southwest, and there's still plenty of storms out here. I'll kind of highlight this region, but typically what we've seen in other storms like this, once these storms move to the northeast into more of this kind of stable air where it's already been raining, you're not looking at any intense thunderstorm potential there because we've lost the heat of the day. And even though we hate to see storms at night, typically night, when you lose some of that heat, can start to take a little punch out of these storms. That's kind of what we're expecting as that batch of storms, which is along Interstate 16, basically is moving off to the north and east. So do believe, David, I think we're going to continue to watch. We want to kind of break it down. No more tornado warnings are in effect for any of the counties that were warned on a little while ago. No severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect right now. That tornado watch until 11 o'clock. We'll continue to keep an eye on these storms, which are still potent. We don't want to downplay them because if you're up in the Moncks Corner area, up towards Lake Moultrie, I'll zoom in one more time. Basically, you are getting hit with some very heavy rain, probably some hail and gusty winds in these. So, but not to severe limits. Keep in mind now, severe thunderstorm, the criteria. The winds have to be at least 58 miles per hour or greater, and or hail about the size of a quarter or larger. So, David, I think we're going to head back to regular programming. We will be here in the Forecast Center continuing to watch. Don't forget, you can watch the top of your screen. We'll have the crawl going across and those counties highlighted in watches, or if we go under other warnings. If we go under another tornado warning, then we will break in once again. But for David Dixon, I'm Storm Team 2 Chief Meteorologist Rob Fowler. We're here in the Forecast Center keeping you updated. We'll send you back to our regular programming right here on Channel 2.
Actually, look at that. Like,
I
you remember when I first got
think-
hired on, I was like, the one thing I hate
Yeah.
is warm fronts because they catch you by surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched it all throughout the show, and I was like, it's fine, and then
but I mean, I didn't see any. I was surprised.
I saw the sheer early on. Yeah. And I was like, okay, they might.
So you were Facebook Live the whole time?
Yeah.
Because we tried to go live immediately.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're fine.
I got here as soon as I could, but I was like,
It was up there.
That was perfect. I was like, so when they told me that you were coming, I was like, oh, thank God, because I could hear David was getting out of breath. So I'm like, does he need to come to the desk? Do we need to?
But it's amazing how they talk for like.
I know.
Yeah.